Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Ho, ho, ho. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Friday night live stream and Merry Christmas Eve to each and every one of you. It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Ready to go with my Christmas sweater as well. We are about to get down with it tonight. And it looks like our chat box is working correctly, which is pretty awesome. It's finally jumping in quickly there. So very, very nice. As always, give me that thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me okay and see me okay. And all will be right with the world for at least an hour or so, considering all the craziness that's been going on. I don't know if you guys heard, but we had a massive earthquake in Northern California, 6.4, which is ridiculous, crazy, up in Humboldt County, Eureka area. So pretty wild. So glad you guys can hear me okay. Good, we got the thumbs up coming in there. Again, a very happy holiday to you and yours, guys. It's been a very eventful week, and it's going to be a very eventful weekend into next week as well. A lot of big things that you're going to be seeing here coming out. So fun stuff. I've been very, very busy. So let's see who we've got here in the chat. We'll give people time to file in, and it looks like our chat is kind of stuck over here again. Boo-boo situation. So we'll have to see about that as it goes. It'll kind of go in like spurts. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But you guys have it naturally either to the left of you or to the right of you, wherever it is on your screen. Naturally, if it's on mobile, it's down below. So you guys won't miss a beat. And of course, it'll be visible on the replay as well. So let's see. We've got Lord Darkside, as always. What's going on, my friend? Erna785, our 80s music aficionado. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have EP, Dante Reed, Drew's Food Reviews. Happy Friday Festivus. There we go. It's popping up over here. Moving along. Randy Molina, thanks so much for jumping on as always. Great to see you. Great to see you. Erna, Wham, Last Christmas is Right Time Life from Never Before Writing. Yes, absolutely. These are classic songs right there. Not any of the reboots, the remakes, anybody else singing them, but the OGs as it is. So definitely cool there. Anfisa, thanks so much for jumping on. Min Lee. Great to see all of you guys on there. And shout outs to Dante Reed for getting some Bluetooth headphones for Christmas a little early. That's awesome right there. Brenda Rollins, thanks so much for jumping on. Looks like we got some claps from Katy, Texas. Very cool. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Annette Cervantes, what it do? Great to see you. Great to see you as always. Hope everything is going well with you down in San Diego. Dr. Relish, what is going on? We're doing chilling over here tonight. We're going to be relaxing. Having a couple of reviews naturally, and of course we'll have the main review here in just a few, and we'll finish it out with a second review as well too. Let's see. Chat is moving along here. Scott Messersmith, thanks so much for jumping on. Max miles per hour, thanks so much for jumping in. I'm back. Very nice. And yes, Erna, the last time you got Hysteria for Def Leppard album from last week wrong. The year is 1987, 1986. My bad. I thought it was actually maybe recorded in 1986 and they brought it out the next year. Maybe. I think that's how it goes. Technically, we're both right? Great album either way. Let's see here. Megan, I have seen the Megan, actually Dante Reed, actually. Have you seen the Megan second trailer just released? I haven't seen the second one. The first one, definitely. It looks like a kind of a cross between like Annabelle and the Terminator. A little bit, the first one. So I got to take a look and see what's going on there with that. Haven't had a chance to see Avatar just yet. We're going to be planning to do that hopefully this coming week. And again, shout outs to Annette Cervantes. As always, thank you so much for jumping up with my socials right there. Follow me on IG at Peep This Out Reviews. And of course, PayPal. Should you guys wish to contribute to the channel, let's just jump into it. PayPal is always the preferred way because they won't take anything from you if you do it that way. You'll find those links down below in the description box or the first pinned comment. Naturally, you'll find it if you're watching this on desktop. You'll find the direct link in the upper right-hand corner of your display. But should you wish to super chat it, definitely drop that stuff down below as well. Just keep in mind, YouTube does take a little from you to do that. But it's all good. So naturally, it's all going to the channel, and I greatly appreciate that as well. Of course, you guys will be official sponsors of the channel as well, too, and you'll find your names down below. And it looks like, I'm just getting notified here, Manuel Soto jumping in there with the first super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much, Manuel. You'll see your name in just a second. Longtime fan, want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. Your channel is great. For the same strange reason, I've been low-key missing prison food. That's hilarious. God bless. No, it's all good. I appreciate you jumping in and letting me know. And I love the emoji and all that good stuff right over there as well. Love the sticker action in there. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You're going to get the air hearts as well, Manuel Soto. Any second now, you'll be jumping in over here any bit now and down below. things are a little delayed for some reason in the last few streams, but you will be visible. And of course, you're down below in the description box if you're watching this on the replay, which will be on Christmas Day, because that's pretty much going to be a low-key day. Naturally, everyone's going to be doing their thing. So 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you'll find the replay. Brand new review will be up tomorrow at 3 p.m. as well. So I've been busy as usual. So you'll see some stuff coming out tomorrow and then into the week coming naturally as always. Prettiest Peep, should review prison food. You know, if I God forbid I ever find myself in a situation, that may be a consideration, but I'm not gonna go search it out. Let me just put it to you that way. But good times across the board for all of you guys tonight. Thankfully, nobody is watching from prison, and if you are, at least you're warm and safe right now, right? There we go, Manuel. There we go. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And of course, down below as well. Erna 785. I'm seeing something jumping in here as well too. There we go. Let's see. Do you know DeBarge? Yeah, the Rhythm of the Night. That's right. He was actually married to Janet Jackson, I believe, as well too, back in the day. So yes, that's a classic song. I think that was on the Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon soundtrack, possibly. I think it was during that time frame, in the 85-ish time frame for that. But yeah, good times across the board, Erna. Thank you so much as always as well. Let's see, who else do we have here? Do we have Mi Familia in here? I don't see anybody just yet, but I know Mama Peeps, if you're watching this right now as well, shout outs to you there. They're getting already ready for the Christmas celebration. The moms is over at my sister's pad right now, watching on the big screen over there. So moms, if you're watching this right now, I love you. Very Merry Christmas Eve to you, because it's technically 2 days before the event, so the festivities pretty much are beginning right now. And I am wearing my Grinch sweater, just so you guys can see here. There you go. Nice little oversized action. I'm a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I gotta definitely watch the mean one. I haven't watched it still, but I did go over to my sister's last night and we watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the OG one, which I couldn't believe was like an hour long. I hadn't seen that movie or the cartoon in years, that stop motion animation with Rudolph, which was really good. Kind of brutal for kids back then because they were really making fun of him. But that was definitely a blast to check out. And we watched the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas, a very short cartoon for like 20 minutes, but they made a whole movie out of it, the Jim Carrey classic, obviously. But good times there. That was a lot of fun last night. We had a killer plate of sheet tray nachos, I think it was. I actually had it on my IG yesterday, which was a very lovely situation. Let me just tell you, it was very delicious, really piled high, and it was really, really tasty. So good times across the board there. And just to round out the week, I actually did a studio tour at the Sony Pictures lot in Culver City. With some family, and it was a blast to go do that and check out some stuff officially, checking all the memorabilia. They had the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters, went walking around the lot. We had a whole tour. We checked out the Jeopardy studios, just a whole bunch of movie goodness, Spider-Man goodness, Men in Black, Breaking Bad. I mean, there was so much stuff that was there that I posted up. And then we finished off the night with holiday lights, which was a blast to do, which I actually had my newly minted niece, who I've actually had in the family for a few months now, with us. And she has a little donut around her neck because she got fixed recently. So we wanted to make sure we took out and had some good times there, had some hot chocolate, looked at some lights. You'll find those videos actually on my IG, and there's a little playlist that you'll see on my IG, says Xmas Lights 2022. So you'll find some video there. So do check that out. It was a lot of fun. And it was really pretty awesome to see all the sets with all the stuff and that they filmed there, which was really awesome. We were on the set of the Goldbergs, which was amazing. I was in one of the kids' rooms. They were bringing us through there. They had basically a whole Masters of the Universe section set up, which we couldn't take any pictures of anything, but I was actually kind of touching the toys and picking things up and seeing some stuff. But all that stuff I had from back in the day, and it was so cool to see just everything set up like 80s style. It was awesome. So good times there. It was a really, really, really fun time. I had a little bit of ramen that afternoon, which was really good. And kind of like dipping noodles type of situation. It was really a very beautiful day. And then we finished the whole day out. It was a very long day at the Hat, where I had some chili cheese fries, which you'll see in that playlist I have on IG, the Xmas Lights 2022. Basically a really lovely situation of pastrami goodness on top of their chili cheese fries, which I've reviewed in the past, and you can find that on the channel. So lots of good times there. Shout out to Devil May Hut Cry, who has just subscribed to the channel as well too, which, guys, we're about 665 subs away from 40,000. So if we can try and stretch as close to that before the end of the month, that would be great. But shout outs to all of you guys. Grassroots efforts, if you can let all your peeps know, let's see if we can kind of ramp it. That would be cool to just get over that hump, and then just to really have, seeing that would just be crazy. So if we can try and do that, that would be the most precious birthday or Christmas gift from you guys to me. That would be beautiful. If you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe. Brand new stuff every week naturally there, and we'll get into that in just a second. Let's just say it was a little bit of an eventful week with especially one place in particular. So I'll tell you about that. The World Cup final was pretty amazing. Shout outs to Argentina, of course. Good times. Constance Cherry, welcome, welcome, welcome. Misty Smith as well. Larry Nguyen, what's going down? Noelle, there we go. Mama Peeps sisters in the house. There we go. Thanks so much for jumping in. Mi Familia, my sister, is on. You guys are watching. Hopefully you're having something warm to drink. You've got the fire going up over there. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. EP didn't know Jeopardy had his own studio. Yes, it's actually had the same studio for a long time. They've just changed the inside of it so many times. It was really cool seeing all that stuff. So lots of fun, lots of fun there. Nestor Gates, what's going on? That sounds insane. Yes, I'm telling you, it was a good time. There's a lot of really awesome stuff on those lots, and believe me, I would have loved to have, you know, grabbed some of it to bring it home. It was really cool. The pumpkin bombs from Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, under glass there. It was really, really cool to see all of it. Russ Meyer, I've watched a bunch of the Goldberg machines on YouTube lately. Very cool. Very cool. Let me tell you the crazy what people can do. I agree. I absolutely agree. Missy Smith, Lance G to Lance G. Ring the bells, everyone. It's Christmas time. Decency. Let's see. What's one thing you have lost that you've had before COVID? One thing that you've gained? Well, gained is perspective, because naturally having had it twice, not exactly a fun time across the board, especially going through the process of being inoculated for it, which was really kind of uncomfortable at the same time. But something that I've lost that you had before, something that one thing that you've lost that you've had before, you know, I really can't say that I've lost anything with the exception of just time with family. You know what? I'm probably going to say that, because that's probably the biggest thing. My weekly dinners that I would take the moms out, naturally getting back to normal, it's been kind of a strain because of just things in general. But of course, that was probably the biggest thing before COVID. We would always do that. So I would say the loss of time in there as well too is probably the main thing for me, because I think that's for everybody. People who are isolated away from people that were close to you, people who you care about. And then naturally that really takes a toll on you for anybody, obviously. And then the thing that I've gained, obviously, is the perspective of it, because life is not guaranteed, and you really want to make the best of your days every day as you possibly can. So I have to learn to listen to my own advice sometimes. At the same time, it's more therapeutic for me to kind of put it out there. So definitely I would say those two particular things. I hope that satisfies that question for you there. Let's see here. Erna, to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dance until the morning light. Forget about your worries on your mind. You can leave them all behind. There you go. I know the song. Come on now. You already know. Drew wants a Subway review. Oh, geez. Oh, what is this from Misty? Let's see here. Ed Keaton, favorite Christmas movie. Oh, The Christmas Story. Easy. And I did watch the sequel. Technically, they've had a few movies since then that kind of, you know, to continue it, but it hasn't been nearly as good. This was more of a direct sequel that's more of a companion film to the original Christmas Story. So A Christmas Story Christmas, cute movie. Not the greatest movie, but for what it is, it was entertaining. So I would probably say A Christmas Story. Of course, Better Watch Out, not just because I had a small, tiny little part in that, but because I really enjoy the movie in general. It's actually pretty good. Kind of like a Home Alone, home invasion type of situation. With a little bit of a horror aspect, which is kind of cool. So do check that out. Misty Smith. And we all say bing bong bing ring bing. I'm not even going to try right there, but we all know, Misty Smith, you are on it. You are on it. So Subway, Subway, Subway from Drew. That is too much. I know once we crack over those milestones, you guys are waiting for when that will, the ceremonial Subway review, if it will happen. Will it happen? Could it happen? You know, it's probably pretty easy to make happen, but it hasn't happened. Tony Montana, fun fact, Wednesday, Samuel L. Jackson actually turned 74. Oh my God, really? Nick Fury is 74? Jules is 74? Oh my God, that's crazy to even say that out loud. That is crazy, it really is. Constance, don't they know it's Christmas? Max, have you heard of a movie? Have you heard of Move Your Feet by Junior Senior? No, I have not. I have not, Max. Let's see here. Anfisa. Yes, Erna. There we go. Good stuff. Very cool. Very nice. Very cool, 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 cool. Larry Nguyen. Do us all a big favor and do a Subway review. Again with the Subway reviews. You guys are just like laying it on thick. They're laying it on thick. I mean, thicker than like non-stir peanut butter. It is thick. Sticker collecting, what's going on? Did you know that Grinch hates Christmas? Yes, I did. He always hates Christmas. Absolutely. You already know what it is. Oh, what is this from Mi Familia? Noelle, happy holidays to the peepiest peepsta ever. We love and support you, bro. May 2023 bring good health, happiness, and prosperity to you and us all. That couldn't have said it better than myself, and that is right from my sister's text fingers. Right there. Shout outs to Noelle watching with Mama Peeps and Jeff as well, and all of the other ghosts that may be sitting around them right now watching, not to scare anybody. It's holiday time. There are Christmas ghosts out there, you know, every single doesn't matter the holiday, they're still around. But shout outs to Noelle, of course, down below description. You are in there, as you can see. Shout outs to you there, big sister. Let's see. Larry Nguyen, do you like Home Alone 1 or 2? 1, obviously. Absolutely. 2 is more of the same, kind of just with the New York aspect. But it was an enjoyable movie, for sure. Robert Giles, Peep, what did you get Carol Juju for Christmas? I cannot tell you that now for obvious reasons. Next week. Constance Sherry, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, classic movie. Absolutely. Did you guys see, I think we talked about this, the Raising Cane's chicken company. You guys all know Raising Cane's. They actually had Chevy Chase out for a grand opening at a location that they decked out with a ridiculous amount of lights like they did in Christmas Vacation when that movie came out. And you see him outside and he puts the two things together and then lights the whole thing up, and that's how they christened the place there. So very, very cool with that too. Great marketing at the same time. Let's see here. Going down the line. About to get into the review in just a second. I can't believe it's already 17 minutes after the hour already. This is going by super, super fast. You know what? Before we even do that, and I'll just actually hold it right by my sister's super chat donation, which again, big sis, thank you so much. I love you, love you, love you. And speaking of love, my love on the channel to create the content that I do definitely was a lot of fun this past week. Naturally, you guys all knew about the replay coming out on Sunday. And then, of course, right after that, we had the top 10 food reviews of 2022. Actually, before that was the Burger King Zesty Horseradish King. That was the last major review before that weekend there. So, of course, naturally recreating the goodness from Canada with the Zesty sauce. A very lovely situation. Super easy to make. They should easily bring that one out. It's a very, very tasty situation. And then, of course, going into the top 10 food reviews, my personal ones, not just what analytics is telling me in terms of views, but in terms of the ones that I enjoyed the most, is a lot of like a good mix of goodness there for you guys to take a look at. Just under 14 minutes long. Those are love letters that I love to do at the end of every single year. And also my mom likes those too, so I like putting those together for that too. So definitely a lot of fun on that one. And then guys, the Papa Bites, naturally those are the new things on Papa John's menu for now, the limited time only situation. They may keep them because it's part of the menu heading in there now as well. So I have a feeling it's just another name for those rolls that they used to do, which I did do the jalapeno version of that back in the day when the Papadillas debuted. And have no fear, that third one is coming naturally because it's already finished. So you'll see that very, very soon as well, the jalapeno cheese Papa Bites. But it started off naturally with the Oreo cookie Papa Bites because, guys, you got to start off with that one. Obviously, with Oreo being one of the major brands naturally. It was awesome to see the official cookie goodness in that with the icing on the side. A lot of people were saying I should have had the icing drizzled on there. I think they just give you the option to do that because there's plenty of icing that comes in the dish. But naturally, I think the way they advertise them is kind of like drizzled all over there, which is cool. But I like trying it solo dolo just to kind of check out the quality of the bread, check out the quality just in general. Is it the real deal Oreo stuff? And it was. And then dipping into the goodness right there was pretty tasty on top of it. And then the shocker of all shockers, and why am I not surprised? Good old Sonic letting me down yet again. 50-50 chance of something going boo-boo, and it obviously went boo-boo for what it was. And apparently, I guess people are just not trained correctly on how to prepare something. I don't know what it is, what needs to happen there, but Sonic needs to get it together, because that spicy steak and bacon grilled cheese sandwich was anything but grilled cheese. It was anything but the steak I was expecting. It looks like it should have been chopped up. I had it folded over. It was a real just chaos of an event. It really a huge debacle with that one, and it got graded accordingly, because like I always tell you guys, I'm very impartial when it comes to grading. You have to be unbiased. But unless something is not made correctly and it doesn't deliver what it's supposed to deliver, it's going to have to get smacked down. And that's what happens once in a blue moon. And like I say in the review, it's either going to be a protein, a carb, a sauce, the combination, all three. How bad is it going to be, right? I mean, that sounded like it was going to be tasty. And the spicy version with the jalapenos, come on. But when you see that video, the thumbnail alone, it was like, man, it was just whack. It really was. And then today, rounding it out, we have the second entry into the Papa Bites lineup. That was the chicken parmesan Papa Bites, and that was definitely a return to form for something tasty after reviewing earlier in the week the Sonic garbage, unfortunately, for what that is. Unless you like the drinks and the ice cream at Sonic, the food is literally hit or miss. It really is, and you run the risk. And of course, whenever I review it, I'm always a little nervous about it. But hey, it is what it is. So there you go for that. Tomorrow will be a review of something else, obviously, something new that you'll see. At 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then you'll have the replay from this stream that you're watching live as you guys are immortalized here in the chat. It will be up at 12 p.m. on Christmas Day, because that's a family day. You guys will be doing your thing, so I'll hold my review originally for that day, for typically Monday. Probably you'll see it on Monday, actually, for that. So good times, guys. Good times across the board with content, and of course we're leading into the final week of 2022. And it's about to get crazy, especially where I live here in Pasadena with the Rose Parade coming. So it's going to be fun to try and knock out as much as I can for you guys, content-wise, to get ready for it in there as well, too. There, I got to catch up on my social media. I got to catch up on email. I got to catch up on a lot of stuff. What is happening here? Ernest Hernandez, shout-outs to you there. We have Super Chat donations. I'm seeing 3 of them pop up, 4 of them pop up over here. What is happening? It is getting crazy over here in the chat. I'm seeing a bunch of things that are jumping into the chat any second now. Wow, it keeps going over here. Ernest, what is going on? What are you doing? I'm seeing this thing move left. Wow, it keeps going and going and going. I'm getting a little blown away here with what's going on. What does it say over here? Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas to you as well. It is getting crazy over here in the chat right now. It is getting crazy. Happy holidays to Ed Keaton as well. Thanks so much for jumping on. Ernest Hernandez. It is not just $4.99. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It keeps going. Unless it's not registering here in the chat, I'm seeing a lot that's moving here. So, Ernest, shout outs to you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's blowing me away right now. With what I'm seeing. That is nuts. I can't even move the screen over here to count what these are, but rest assured, you're down below in the description box. Of course, first pinned comment, goodies, you'll find all of that stuff down below in the description. But thank you so much, and a very happy holiday, Merry Christmas to you for sure. Let's see, Missy Smith, Captain Feather swore, just need some help to decorate me. Wow. Let's see. Claw and Go, what's going on? Happy holidays, Ian. Let's get ready for 2023. I am ready for it. I am ready for it. I asked you back in September, October, what's your New Year's resolution? So what is it? We've got 1 week for that. We've got 1 week. So I will tell you what my resolution is next week, actually. Remind me, Claw and Go, next week. Not to keep you hanging too much longer, but you'll hear it. Right now, it's all about Christmas time, you know, this weekend is coming up. Let's see here. Let's see, TJ Dagog 23 will be lit. You already know. Yep, it will. It will. Russ Meyer, the smell of the stream is definitely Christmas. Yes, it is. I try my best. Min Lee, spicy steak, bacon, grilled cheese, anything but. You already know. Let's see, food-wise, but desserts, the best in the game from Lord Darkside. Let's see, James Morrison, Merry Christmas, Ian. Thank you for all your quality content this year. Love the community. Everybody have a great holiday. Shout outs to you, James, and thank you so much for being a part of the community and taking some time to spend some time, your precious time with me right now. A lot of you guys are probably scrambling to try and get all your holiday stuff done, so I appreciate you guys jumping in. According to this, we have 62 plus peeps. I know it goes up and down. It's a little bit more on my side here, but it is definitely moving along. So I appreciate you guys tuning in here on a Friday night for Christmas Eve. Let's see. What was your movie of 2022? I'd probably say The Batman. I really enjoyed The Batman. It really delivered on what it was delivering there. I really enjoyed that. Just because I'm a huge Batman fan and it's been a while since we've had a good quality, close to like, you know, like comic book Batman, that type of thing. It was really, really pretty awesome. Especially just starting off, rebooting it, so to speak. I really hope they incorporate him further into the DC universe as they're redoing it now. It was very well done in there as well. Buzz7332, Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. For some reason, I'm seeing a bunch of the same amounts that are jumping in here. I don't know why it is lighting up here, but you will see right up over here. But it is, I wish I can show you my screen what I'm seeing here, but maybe it's just kind of like lights. It's kind of flashing left and right. They're moving. There's a bunch of them. I don't know. But shout outs to you there. Shout outs to you. And thank you so much. I hope you're doing all right. I hope that Christmas is going to go well for you, which I know it will. And that you stay safe, happy, and healthy, of course, with you and your family. Drew, is it time for chips? Nope. But you know what? It is coming up on time for something, and I appreciate the little gentle nudge there, Drew. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Let me see if I can see just a couple more before we go, and I'm going to grab the item for you guys. Let's see. Tony Montana finally got to try Wingstop Carolina Barbecue. Very nice. Good stuff. Definitely enjoyed reviewing those. Let's see. EP, Peeps making bank early Christmas presents. Well, I appreciate you guys for the donations. I do. It really does help the channel out. I greatly appreciate it. And what do you think about Filipino spaghetti? I've checked out the Jollibee variant over there, and it was okay. I guess it was more of like the banana type ketchup that they use. So a little sweet, but not bad. Definitely not bad. All right. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas Eve to Tony A. I appreciate that. And Fisa, all my coworkers are going on strike for a bitter pay this week, and I don't know what to do. Well, that's a tough one right there. But naturally, go with your gut and go with what makes you feel like you think you what you should do. You know, just think about it. Think about it. Weigh the pros and the cons, and how you feel about the situation is probably the best thing. Don't make decisions based upon emotional situations. Now, try and think logically about it and consequences, and 2 or 3 steps down the road for what may happen should you do one thing. Just weigh that out. Just weigh that out. Let's see. All right, let's see. I think we're ready to go. Critical East Japan, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping in, Paul. It's great chatting with you on Patreon, man. You're definitely a stand-up dude, as always. Very busy also, and actually you'll have some time during the holiday winter break to get some good stuff out, which you always do. Let's see. Maybe Sonic celebrates Festivus, encouraging their customers to air their grievances. Michael Domayer visiting my family in Chicago, and it is bone chilling, -1 degrees, and it's, you know, a good chunk of the East Coast is really dealing with it right now. Straight out ridiculous. That is just craziness right there. Craziness. Guys, stay warm. If you have a fireplace, use it. Use some heating blankets. Just be careful with whatever you're doing over there. Let's see. All right. I'm going to hold on to where Paul is at over here, Critical East Japan. Maybe Sonic celebrates Festivus. I'm going to go grab the goodies, and we are going to get into the first review of the evening, and we're a little bit behind, but that's okay, because I'm going to stay on just a little bit longer if we go past anyway. So guys, hang tight for just a bit. Talk amongst yourselves. And again, shout outs to all of you guys. And actually, before I take a quick break to go grab the food, let me shout out to all of you guys again. We've got a lot of activity in the merch shop. You guys are buying a lot of my hats, a lot of different shirts. Certain shirts that I just kind of threw up for fun that are there. But guys, again, thank you so much for doing what you do. Of course, that PEEPCAP code is still in effect. You can use that for 20% off. I keep that on there for you. But I greatly appreciate the love and support for that as well too. So thank you so much. Bus, I missed last week's stream, so here you go. Bus, thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you as always. And it looks like everything is catching up down below as well. But Bus, definitely thank you. Looking forward to getting back to Disney here in the near future, so I can come on over and say hello, and thank you again once again for doing what you do for all the peeps at Disney as well. Naturally. All right, so I'm gonna jump on over, grab the goodies. Jackie Hero Food Review, you're here just in time. About to grab the review. We're gonna get down with it right now. I'm super excited to get into this one for sure. It's gonna be a very tasty situation, I have a feeling. So hang tight. Just stay warm, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Wow, that took just a few minutes, didn't it? Sorry about that. I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting. I wanted to make sure of something here really fast. Sherry, just me out here. What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. I'm catching up on the chat over here really quickly. Let's see. What do we... Well, it is definitely moving along here. And now the chat is refreshed. So let's see if we got it all in effect here. Tony A, cool. We are back. Let's do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ready for action. All right, let's give this a shot. John Hendren jumping in there with a super chat donation as well. I got a projector for Christmas, so I'm watching this on the side of the house right now. You are all huge. That is crazy. Do me a favor if you can, John. Send me a picture of that on Twitter at Peep This Out. That would be amazing to check out. Let's do this. This is awesome. That's craziness right there. That must be just insanity. Insanity. So it only makes sense that we show off the Grinch, right? So we got to show off the Grinch right there. In effect, there you go. He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch. All right, guys, let's get into this review because it is already 8:35. And with the holidays coming up, naturally, when I think of like Christmas, you got to think of something that's very tasty to go along with Christmas. And there's something that I've actually checked out before. And I would definitely love to do it again with you right now because I am so in the mood for this. So without further ado, guys, when you think of Christmas, at least when I think of Christmas, I think of tamales. And I'm going to try and show this to you because I have from Del Taco their smothered red and green tamales. Shredded pork on the inside, fresh maza in there as well, topped off with some sour cream, no cilantro, of course. And this is in effect, and they're actually putting them in these white containers right now. I was concerned about all the sauce in here because you can kind of see it, but there's green sauce at the top, red sauce on the bottom, and I definitely want to give this a shot here. So holiday tamales, absolutely here. These are actually already stripped outside of the husks. So as far as I can tell, I think we should be okay. Let me just make sure of that. Yeah, there is no husk in there. And after a couple of the bites of each, we're going to be going in on some Del Scorcho to add a little bit of this, add a little bit of this into that to give just a little bit more heat. But I figured, why not? Holiday tamales, limited time only. And now I've reviewed these actually on my channel. Don't remember the rating, but I remember they were pretty tasty. There's also a chili cheese variation of these. $5.79. This is actually a little bit more expensive. Everything is nowadays. It is what it is. But the size is looking pretty good. And there's a decent amount of sauce on the inside of this here. So as you can see, these things are loaded. They look pretty awesome. And I got to say, by far, a very tasty situation. So I'm gonna go for a couple of bites of each of these. Naturally, we'll go for the sauce. Try a little bit of that in there as well too. Hopefully you guys are having a snack. You guys are chilling with me right now. Let me pick up a little bit of this, and I'm gonna swing this around because I want you to see the inside of this here. And I just destroyed this piece, but that's okay. We got plenty of it. Decent amount of pork on the inside of this here. It's kind of sticking up on the very top. Let's try it here. The official tamales, a seasonal favorite over at Del Taco. They actually do it very, very well. Let's give it a shot. Let's peep this out. Warm from the oven. Absolutely. That pork is nice. The saltiness is elevated. That's the only thing I'm getting with this right now. A little bit of that sauce action, but shredded beautifully. And for a fast food tamale, I got to admit, still very tasty. Let's keep going in. Wow. That is really good. Sour cream action to go with. Very, very tasty on this. Let me go for one more of the red and we'll do the green right after that. This one's actually losing a little bit of the pork action on here, but the maza is very nice. I gotta say, it is very, very tasty. Pretty soft. It's not really super tough, that type of thing. It's pretty tasty. Wow. Very good. All right. Let's go into the red. And I'm gonna lift this one up here. This was a little bit of a better shot. Well, it's the end piece right over here. So you're probably not gonna say, I gotta be careful with all the sauce on this, but a decent amount there. Let's go for this quick bite. We'll get in a little bit further in there, but this one looks like it's lacking just a little bit of the shredded pork goodness, but there's a lot of the masa around it. So let's keep going in. Sherry, just me out there. Yes. Super delicious, Mike. Super delicious on this. Man. All right, one more. And we'll do a little bit of the hot sauce action. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There is the bite. Take a look at that. Focus. My focus needs focus. It's trying to focus on my face, but you can see it right there. Beautiful situation. The red sauce, a little bit more of an elevated heat situation. I'm digging it. Let's keep going in. It's so good. It is so good. Okay. Let's do a little Del Scorcho, like their version of their hot sauce from Del Taco. And this is the medium variant, so this should pair up pretty nicely, I think, with the sauce, especially the red that's on here as well too. So I'm going to try and just drizzle this slightly on these, and hopefully that will stay. All right, a little bit in here. And I knew these were going to be tasty like this, guys. There's plenty of sauce. I mean, I don't even really need the hot sauce because of what this is, but man, this is crazy delicious. Crazy delicious. Let's go for another couple of bites. Shredded pork, Christian. Wow. It is so satisfying. Comfort food, basically. Tamales are a big thing, especially here in Southern Cali. They really promote these. A lot of local places. And tamales are delicious in general, but for some reason around the holiday time, it's kind of like a tradition now. At least for me, I really dig it. Wow. All right. One more on this. And I'm going to show you a nice bite. And if you guys have a Del Taco in the area, I'd recommend it. These are only available from 10 a.m. to midnight every single day. But through the holiday, at least, while they're available there. But a decent amount of sauce, plenty of red, plenty of green, and a fairly decent amount of the shredded pork. Although I have to admit, as I'm getting further in on these, it's kind of like so-so this time. But the quality, the taste is pretty off the chart. Wow. All right. And the sauce. Wow. That tamale sauce is banging. Really, really good. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, based upon my experience with these today, for the holiday tamales from Del Taco, I think I'm just going to go with a kind of like a low 8. I mean, it's tasty, but there's a lot more of the corn masa than there is the pork here. So the balance is a little skewed, just a little. You run the risk sometimes in fast food for that. But for what this is, very, very tasty. Let me go for one more because it is very good. But 8 out of 10, definitely worth checking out. And I think getting these maybe a little bit earlier in the day may actually be a little bit of a better experience too. But the quality is pretty tasty. And again, like I said, for an annual favorite on Del Taco, for some reason, I don't know why Taco Bell doesn't do something like this. Personally, I'd love to see their variation of it. But Del Taco is running away with it every single year. So one more bite and we'll close it out. But guys, very, very tasty and a very, very tasty treat for the holiday season, especially this time of the year. Very good. Very good. Very, very good. All right. I will be having the rest of that while I am watching 28 Days Haunted on Netflix, which I started recently. I have to watch episode 2. The first episode was pretty interesting on that, but very tasty. All right. Robert Giles, it's a low 8 outside right now. Oh no. That's horrible. That's horrible. Craziness. Well, you guys know what I was dealing with the fires and the heat and everything over here. So you already know. You already know. Yes, Jackie Hero, 8. Pretty tasty. Pretty tasty. Let's see. Russ Meyer, out of 10, an 8 seems high. Well, I mean, the flavor is tasty on it. It really is. I mean, the quality, it's a pretty quality made fast food tamale, to be honest. And there's very few places that do that out here in Southern Cali that are of the fast food set. So for what that is, I dig it. You can check out my regular reviews on the channel for a more in-depth look at those, especially the chili cheese variant as well. So those are definitely on there for sure. Excuse me there. Sammy, what's going on? Freezing to death. Craziness. I know that the rest of the country right now is plundered into like ice age, it feels like. It's crazy. Craziness. Let's see here. Russ Meyer, I heard that the shredded describes how physically fit the pig was. Really? I always thought just like shredded meat, shredded beef, things like that too, but I guess if that's true. Let's see. Who else do we have here in the chat? It's already almost a quarter till. We're going to jump into that second review in just a second here, guys. We were really moving along here right now. Let's see. Drew says 7.77. All right. I'm just going to round it up. Oh, geez. Sammy freezing to death. No joke. I know it is crazy right now, Sammy. Just whatever you guys can do to stay warm, definitely do that for sure. And Sticker, I'm sorry you guys don't have Del Taco in the area. They've got a pretty good selection of goodness on their menu. I like checking out their stuff once in a while for their promos. So you'll find plenty in the playlist there to check out. A lot of good value items as well. But pretty tasty, pretty tasty. Let's see here. Jose Morales, happy to finally be able to catch another live stream. Thanks so much for making it. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the West Coast. Wherever you actually save that on your calendar, naturally for your time zone, it should just adjust it for you so you'll always have it. But of course, these replays are always available as well. And you'll find them on this live stream replays playlist here on the channel, which I usually have popping up at some point during these streams when I get them together for the next day or two. But just hit the upper right-hand corner of your display where that little bang mark is or the exclamation point, and you'll see it will be there for you. Let's see. Sammy, it's so cold my door won't close. Oh, man. Man, maybe some hot water on like, you know, something for the hinges or something to kind of get that loosened up. That's got to be craziness, Sammy. That's got to be craziness. Great Falls, minus 26 degrees yesterday with a wind chill of, oh my God, Chris Brown, minus 46. Are you serious? That's crazy. That is crazy time for you guys. Jeez. Drew, time for dessert holiday pie. Yes, I actually had one a few days ago, Drew. Those things are like, you know what to me. I love those things. My family knows it too. That's one of my favorite things from Mickey D's, for sure. Which, by the way, I've pretty much cut out coffee for a while. I haven't gone to get an iced coffee in a couple of weeks now. I haven't done it. I feel like I'm kind of getting out of the withdrawal syndrome of it. But it's been a minute since I've had that. But the dessert pie brings me back. Just so you know. And hopefully you guys took advantage. Today's the last day for the 50-cent double cheeseburger at McDonald's. So make sure you guys try and hit that up. If you're here on the West Coast, you've got about 2 hours and 10 minutes maybe to be able to do that. Well, 3 hours or so, give or take. A little over 3 hours from now. Do that for sure, because that's a pretty good deal yesterday and today. I didn't do it yesterday. And I haven't done it today, so maybe that could be an after stream thing. We'll have to see. I don't know. I may actually just now knock off the tamales and call it a night, but it's a good deal for 50 cents. It is. Sammy, I work at BK now. Really cool. Really better than Wendy's. Easy stuff to work with, hence its low quality taste. Well, they have some pretty good stuff, Sammy. They have some pretty good stuff. Tony, replays aren't the same as watching it live. I agree, but the option is there. And actually, it gives me a time to kind of go back and see if there's some things that I can do better about certain things. I try and keep pay as much attention to the chat as possible, because it's hard to manage a lot when you guys are throwing it down here in the chat ridiculously. And I appreciate that, but sometimes some things get overlooked, so I try and keep it up there. Drew, box opening 101 for the Del Taco box? Tony Montana, got a chance to try the new Jack in the Box frozen hot cocoa shake earlier this week. Nice. We were just having a debate about this, actually driving to the Sony studio lot with my sister-in-law, as well as with my wife, talking about frozen Coca-Cola, or frozen Coca-Cola, frozen cocoa, frozen hot cocoa. Why is hot in the name? You know, they might as well just call it frozen cocoa, because the flavor is still going to be the same, but they have to say it's frozen hot cocoa. I don't get it, but it is what it is. Let's see. Sammy, 50 cents could get you a whole meal or two back in the days. Maybe when my parents were little, possibly. Well into the 40s and 50s, the 50s or 60s, give or take. But it's all economics of scale, right? So, you know, what are you going to do with that? All right, I think it's time for us to get into the second review. If you guys are ready for the second review, give me a snowflake here in the chat. Let's see some emoji action. It's been a minute since I've asked you guys for some emojis. Let's see some snowflakes here in the chat. Being that it is crazy cold right now, if you guys want to put like the cold face, the shivering emoji, you know, any type of, you know, snowflakes, snow, anything you want to put there to show that it is freezing cold, I'm here for it. So I can't wait to see it. There we go. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Look at all this. It is flooding through here. Drew, sticker collecting. Chris, Critical East Japan. Klon Go. I Ate the Bones. Bradley C. John Hendren. James Morrison. Larry Nguyen. Cemetery. Min Lee. Tony Schult. I want some homemade peanut brittle. You know what? My sister made some homemade toffee, and I had some yesterday, and it was the shiznitch. That's all I have to say. It was so good. Jackie Hero Food Reviews. Wrong snowflake from Sammy. It's okay. As long as we got something cold. There we go. We got people skiing. We got snowboarders. It's getting stupid in the chat. I love it. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Michael Domayer. Russ Meyer, please no cursing. I agree. That's why I had to edit that slightly. Dom's World, what it do? Just me out here. We got snowflakes. There we go. Blizzard, and I'm not talking Dairy Queen. Brendan Flanagan, that's the comment right there. It's a blizzard, and I'm not talking Dairy Queen. Oh, that's awesome. And then Drew with the shizzle my nizzle. There you go. Well, let me give you some of this shizzle from my nizzle, as in Walmart, because this is exclusive to them. Guys, feast your eyes on the Hot Honey Pringles, exclusive to Wall of the Mart. And apparently it's only there, and they love to showcase that here on the very top here. About $1.70, I think, for this can, whatever it was. But Hot Honey, very curious to see exactly how this is going to be. I'm expecting a little bit of heat, of course, and naturally a little bit of sweetness. We'll have to see there. But it looks cool. I love how they have the whole, you know, the marketing over here. We've got that jalapeno drenched in honey that's dripping down. What do you call that thing that they scoop the honey with on the very top? What is this? What is that? I've never known what that is. It looks like a little, like a honeycomb type thing with a stick at the end of it. Whatever it is, what is that? Do you guys know the name of that? But it looks cool. Let's give this a shot and give this a go here as we round this one out here. And naturally, we have our good old Pringles buddy here. Once you pop, you can't stop. Annette says she has no idea. I don't know what it is, but I see it all the time with these. But take a look on the inside. It looks heavily dusted, as you can see in there. Look at that. All along there, around the can here. This looks like it's been blasted. Oh, it does smell kind of sweet. Wow, I'm getting kind of like a, almost like a funnel cake type of vibe with this, with the aroma. It smells like a fried donut, to be honest. Really does, actually. But as with anything here, some of these are broken. I tried to go for the can in the back of the area where I got these at Walmart, because you always think people always manhandle the ones in the front. So these are actually not bad. But I'm going to go for a bite on one of these. And of course, I'll follow it up with another one after. As you can see, it's kind of, you can't really see the dusting. I see it facing me here naturally. But it's kind of like a light reddish tint, a light reddish hue. That this one's got here. So let me go for one of these naturally, and then I'll take another one right after, because you got to get the full flavor effect. One of these is not really going to do it for you. It may, but let's just see here. Let's peep this out. It's the all-new Hot Honey exclusive flavor at Walmart for Pringles. Let's peep this out. Sweet. Oh yeah, it's sweet. No heat at all. Zero heat on that. I am not tasting anything hot about that, but it was kind of sweet. So let's try it again. Oh, okay. Oh man, that just petered out quickly. I thought something was coming up there. Nothing happened. The heat is pretty weak on this so far. Let's go again. I'm going to take two at one time. Let's just go for it that way. Well, it's so faint, it's not even really worth mentioning. It's more sweet. I like that. I mean, it's not bad. These are pretty tasty. I mean, these are going to get eaten. I can tell these are going to get eaten. And as I'm talking, it's leaving a little bit of the sizzle on the tongue there. There's nothing crazy about this. A little bit more of the sweetness up front, but it really takes 2 or 3 of these to kind of get that feeling of the spice aspect. Well, one more. I lied. 2 more. One more time. Nice dusting on these 2 in particular. So your mileage may vary, but I got to say the heat on this, very lackluster. I mean, it's more of like a sizzle honey. I wouldn't even call this hot. You know, hot's kind of a strong term for this, but it's a tasty Pringle nonetheless. Scale of 1 to 10. I'll do 7. Just a 7. I mean, it's a tasty Pringle. It's got some sweetness to it. I wouldn't say necessarily honey per se, but the sweetness factor is there. Does it even have any honey at all? Let me just see here really quick. Yellow corn flavor, rice flour, maltodextrin, salt, fructose, honey, molasses. Okay, so it's got some cayenne in here as well. Cayenne pepper sauce. It's exactly what it says. Aged cayenne and red peppers, vinegar solids. So spices. Actually, you know what? Literally after you finish eating these for a minute or 2 later, you're starting to feel it kind of sizzle and kick up just a little bit. So, I mean, it's okay. You know, for an exclusive flavor, it's definitely worth trying. I would recommend trying it. But it's a tasty Pringle nonetheless, you know, for what this is. So 7 out of 10, I think it's pretty fair. It's definitely above average. It's tasty. And again, gets the job done, like I usually say. It's just not super hot. So it's more of like a light sizzle, and that's it. So this will get eaten for sure. But, you know, like I said, I'm glad to have at least checked out the next exclusive flavor from Walmart. I've got 1 more left to show you. We'll save that for next week, obviously. But not bad. Definitely not bad for this one in particular there. It is what it is. Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right, so let me see back into the chat over here. Larry gives it a 6 out of 10. Okay, all right. I would recommend it. Haven't played the new Call of Duty in there as well for Modern Warfare. But I do have to pick it up, actually. I know I do have to pick it up. I just have to make some time to do what I got to do, so in there as well. Michael Domer, yes, the heat level is barely there. Agreed. Agreed. And again, Annette Cervantes jumping in there. Thank you so much for the socials in there as well, too. And guys, real quick, as we round out the evening here tonight, again, let me just take a quick moment to thank each and every one of you guys. Kind of a fast hour, to be honest, right before Christmas Eve. Technically, we're in right now. But do have a very happy holiday this weekend. Celebrate with family and friends. Be thankful for the things that you have, not the things that you don't. Work towards the things that you want. And just keep your dream alive and keep focusing on what it is that's going to make you as successful as you can possibly be in 2023. For sure. Drastic Action, Super Chat donation, 1,000 yen. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ian, for a great year of content. Have a happy, healthy holiday season and a new year from all of us in the Drastic household, just me at the moment. Shout outs to you there, Drastic. I appreciate that. And again, thank you for being a supporter of the channel. Not just here on, in the channel for Super Chat, but also just being part of the community and making yourself known here in the chat as well. I greatly appreciate that. All of you guys who really stand out here in the chats, which is just about all of you guys, thank you so much for doing that every single week and for enlightening me and making me feel good about what I do here on the channel as well. I greatly appreciate being able to contribute to the community the way that I do, and I love being part of the conversation with you guys, and it's definitely a lot of fun to do. I love to create, and I couldn't do that without having the audience, which is all of you guys, because although I love to create naturally, having somebody to take a look at it and give me feedback on it is always a blast to do. That's why I think these live streams are super special, at least in my point of view, because it gives me the ability to connect with you more so than just typing a quick comment back on videos and things like that too, which takes up so much time lately. Which is why I've kind of used these avenues to kind of address you directly in there as well too, because I think it makes more sense that way. And you guys can interact with me because I'm looking right at each of you individually. No matter where you may be watching around the world, around the country, I'm staring right at you and talking to you. And I really I appreciate you guys allowing me into your homes here on your screens to chat it up with you here on Friday and just have me give my personal opinion of what I'm having here for my reviews on the live streams as well as on the content that I create. So shout outs to you. I appreciate you greatly, and I'm wishing each and every one of you a very happy and healthy holiday season with plenty of good eats, tasty treats, and lots of good times with family and friends, obviously. That's what it's all about. Let's see here. Critically, it's hot honey was a typo. Should have been not honey. Well, it is slightly sweetened, so yes. But I see what you're doing there, Paul. I appreciate that. That's cool. Tony Montana, do you plan on reviewing the new frozen hot cocoa shake from Jack in the Box? Probably not, I gotta be honest. Doing those types of things, it's a very hard situation to do because of how quickly they melt. I'd probably have to do that at night if I do that. So I'm not gonna rule it out officially, but chances are, with everything coming up that you're gonna see this coming week as well, it's probably gonna be past my time for that one. But trust me, what you're gonna see in its place will be something you're gonna wanna try, I guarantee you. So it's gonna be pretty good. Let's see. Mega Wizard, marry me. I wish I could not because I am married already. But shout outs to you. I appreciate the sentiment. That's awesome. Russ Meyer, I'd like to put my Pringles in the air fryer. Nice. I have to tell my sister. She's watching right now. We have to maybe do that. We'll have to do that. For sure. Let's see here. Missy Smith is singing away, doing her due. Man, you guys are too much right now. You guys are too much. Scott Messerschmidt, going to make jalapeno poppers with sour cream and wrapped bacon. Nice. 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Cut in half, remove the seeds. That's a lovely, you got a banging situation for a Friday evening right there. That is a lovely situation. Good times, good times. Well, guys, shout out to each and every one of you once again. Thank you so much for patronizing the channel, as always, for making me a part of your universe for tonight here for an hour at least. I'm probably going to knock off the rest of these tamales, I have a feeling, and then get back into some shows. I've got a bunch of things I still got to do. I'm all wrapped in terms of presents except for one, which I have to do. And tomorrow's going to be a busy day, as well as, you know, Sunday, of course, that you all know you need a little bit of a break after the actual day you're supposed to be taking a break, which is Christmas. But just enjoy yourself. If you guys celebrate it, whatever you do for the holidays, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's Kwanzaa, whether it's Boxing Day, who knows, whatever it is, just enjoy yourself, have a great time, and I look forward to hearing about all the things that you guys may have gotten for next week as well too. There, shout outs to all the amazing content creators here in the chat as always. Drew's Food Reviews, Jackie Hero Food Reviews, all the people who make the world what it is here on YouTube and the food review niche. Keep doing what you do and keep bringing that passion. It's always a beautiful situation. Critical East Japan, forgive me if I haven't acknowledged that till right now. Of course, Paul. Just amazing creators that put in the time, and they definitely want to share their view of what they're having with you and a little bit of section of their personality with you as well. It really means a lot to put that out there, because it's not easy to do, as you guys know. It's really not as well. So watch for more content. Again, the next review coming up on Saturday, the 24th, Christmas Eve, actually. There'll be a little bit of a message at the end of that one that you'll see. It was filmed earlier in the week for you guys, so you'll be able to see what that's all about at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow on the 24th, Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, noontime, will be the replay of what you're seeing now. So all of you guys here in the chat are immortalized as always. And thankfully, the chat box was moving a little bit more than usual, the way it has been the last couple of weeks. For the most part, as you can see, it's frozen again. But it is what it is. So watch for the good stuff there. You'll have more good times along the way here on the channel the beginning of this week. And then we're definitely down with it for the final week of the month. So guys, again, take a look at the top 10 reviews that I thought were pretty much the funnest ones, or some of the funnest that I've put out this year. Let me know if you guys actually agree with that, of course. You stay frosty as well. And you know what? Stay toasty, Mike. All of you guys who are dealing with the negative temperatures right now, I'm sending a lot of love and light and hopefully a lot of heated warmth to you guys into the universe, because that's crazy. That is crazy. It really is. So stay warm. Keep your cold medicines close by. Make sure you keep your neck covered if you go out. This is your dad talking to you now, so do what you got to do. Have a very Merry Christmas. Happy New Year will be coming up. And again, we'll be celebrating next week for the last stream of 2022 next Friday. And then I'm definitely going to be sleeping for the next week, even though you'll have content. I'll be off that week after that. So guys, to everyone who's contributed to Super Chat here for tonight's stream, again, shout out to each and every one of you guys. And again, for to Annette Cervantes for reminding me of all my socials and the good stuff as always, and all the amazing mods here on the channel and everybody watching. I'll be able to watch all of these comments back as I go because there's just so many of them constantly that are here. I wish I can read every single one immediately and acknowledge everything immediately. But I love you guys. I greatly appreciate you, and definitely keep it safe and frosty and toasty at the same time. As always, it's ENK officially closing out the live stream for Christmas Eve, December 23rd, 2022. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So stay tuned for that next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty, stay toasty in actuality. So with that, I am done. I'm going to be here in the chat for about a minute or so until it times out. But shout outs to all of you guys. And yes, Annette Cervantes, shout outs to Jay Nepper always. Absolutely there. May he rest in peace. Still can't believe it's saying that out loud. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to even say that. But guys, again, just a segue. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So do the best you can. If you guys have relationships with people that you're not on the up and up with, things that you wish that you can just mend, pick up the phone, make a call. Do what you have to do. Trust me, you'll feel a lot better about that. As time goes by, you'll begin to wonder why you waited so long, right? Why you waited so long. Life is too short. Life is too short, moms. Life is too short. Please do something to make things better. As always, you can. Everybody has the power to do it that way. And I love all you. I love you all too there. Just me out here. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate you jumping on. All of you guys, stay safe, stay frosty. I'm going to be here in the chat for about a minute or so and knocking out some tamales shortly after that. So I love you guys. Until the next stream, the final one of 2022 next week, it is going to be on and popping then. And with that, peace. I'm out.